So, good day, everyone. We're here for another episode of the DVD show. So, for today, we have a former DLSU Lady Spiker who was a critical part of the Lady Spikers run in the mid 2000s. And she was also the former coach of the NU Lady Bullpups during the season 82 when girls like sila Micaela Belen and Eliza Solomon won the championship. But now you guys know her as the head coach of the F2 Logistics Cargo Movers. So I'll now welcome here on the DVD show Coach Regine Diego. Thank you for joining me here on the podcast.
Hi, Diego. It was nice meeting you and kwentuhan tayo.
Yeah, I appreciate you joining the podcast and yeah, to learn more about your story and how you are now the head coach of F2 because I'm pretty sure a lot of people want to know that too. So yeah, to start things off, I wanted to ask how's life been like for you on the volleyball court and also off the volleyball court since now it's the off season and I think June or July pa yung start nung next PVL and yeah, sabi mo rin na yeah, you guys are practicing now in the weekday. So how's life been like for you?
Well, after the last PVL, syempre I had time to go vacation, so I went out of the country. After that, it's pure training na ever since. So, you're trying to balancing life, but it's fun. It's fun in the pros also, and also the team has been very active in supporting UAAP. So others for LaSalle, others for their own alma mater. So it's a fun summer for everyone.
Yeah, I could see that also, yeah, from like social media and how F2's like preparing for the next conference. But yeah, going back to like the training now, since like when did you guys like start training and um like how often do you guys train now and what are you like focusing on heading to the next conference?
Well, we've been training I think for almost 3 weeks now, but now we're for the first few weeks we really focusing on their strength and their conditioning with their coach, Coach Carlo Bosicelli. So
Mm.
it's really nice. Ang laki ng improvement na sa strength. We're also focusing on giving more attacks kasi last conference, I think that's one of our weakness. So we're trying to do our best to, you know, make some tweaks to help us, improve more and hopefully get the championship.
Yeah, and speaking of also like yeah, the positive things naman that you saw from the first conference with F2, like what are some of the stuff you could build on? Because like yeah, there are some people that feel na kung 100% si Myla Pablo, you never know if what could have happened in the semis or other like factors that people think that could have happened. But yeah, ano yung sa tingin mong like pwede yung like galingan pa or like yung talagang yung build on since like the teams are maybe having a difficult time with those like assets that you have.
Yeah, we really have to build on our physical strength muna para magkaroon ka ng puhunan when
Mm.
pag season na. So we do a lot of strength and conditioning trainings para rin maiwasan yung injury in the middle of the games. And most of the players now kasi may mga previous injuries na, so we're trying to heal everything to make them super strong sa lahat ng mga conferences. Also, we're trying to work more on how the team works together kasi syempre bago si Myla and some other people. So, sobrang bilis lang ng preparation last conference. I think it's less than a month. So, this time, hopefully, magkakaroon sila ng teamwork, more gelling on the court kasi nga, lagi na sila magkakasama. So, yeah, hopefully, it will work. Hopefully, it works. And whatever it is now, we can try. There's still other conferences, but we just do our best every conference.
Yeah, speaking of yeah, this the next conference as your focus. What how long is like your contract or like the tenure that you plan with F2? Because people might be wondering like Coach Ramil was the coach and then it became Coach Benson, then you became like the full time coach. So is that like for long term? Is how's the arrangement like for F2?
Actually, I don't know exactly how many years pa or how many conferences pa kasi F2 and the Lasal system kasi it's like a family thing eh. So, it's not, hindi
Mm.
ganun ka-easy mag-let go ng tao. It's not easy, and hindi ganun kadali unlike other, siguro sa ibang mga um, teams, they can just, let go of people and then bago na naman. This place kasi sa F2 and sa Lasal, it's more of a, if you can't do, if meron kang weakness, you try to improve. May moment, may time ka para mag-improve ka, time ka to learn. So it's nice din dun sa sistema ng F2. So
Okay.
I
So yeah,
cannot
that's
say. I don't know. Hopefully I get
yeah,
to
yeah.
stay longer.
Yeah. That's great to hear. I mean, the fans enjoyed like your first conference naman with F2, and I think it's also the first time ata that they made the final four in the PVL league, since it's, I don't know how ilang conferences pa lang rin naman sila sa PVL. So yeah, I wanted to also ask, since it's your first conference in F2, like how did you like get the head coaching post? Like people might be wondering, like I'm pretty sure people wondered now, like where did you, how did you apply for it? Did they recruit you? How, what was the process in order for you to get the job?
Actually, it was just one call. It was kind of easy for me to say yes because,
Mm.
Coach Ramil has always been one of my mentors ever since. So, when you get a call, you don't say no eh. Parang ganon. Yeah, ganun lang siya kadali. It was just one call. And then the next day, we saw each other. Tapos na. It's a done deal. Parang ganyan lang siya ka-easy. Kasi they've been
Mm.
talking to me naman before, way back pa eh, na whenever, um, if I don't have a place to go, I always have a place there. So, um, more than pumunta ako, tinawagan din nila ako. So, parang I felt na this is really right. So, tama naman. So, I'm very happy
Mm.
to be back in the system and to be with Coach Ramil and to be mentored by him again.
Oh yeah. So yeah, talking about that conversation, was it like he just offered you the job agad, or like what was like it like for when he offered it to you?
Actually, not naman agad. Parang maybe you want to have like I think it was lunch with the F2 team owners, blah blah blah. So they ask lang what do I think of the team, blah blah blah. So, end of the kwentuhan. Parang ganito rin kwentuhan lang. Biglang in-offer nila. Akala ko pa kasi assistant coach, which is, parang 'di ba, chill siya and
Mm.
I get to learn pa. Tapos biglang head coach. So parang, I'm not sure, but let's see.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ganun
Yeah.
lang naman. But I'm still learning pa rin naman up to now. And it's nice to learn from the best. Siyempre, I'm with Coach Ramil, I'm with Carlo Buzzicelli, our conditioning coach na Olympian. So it's really fun. I'm also learning from the players. So maganda talaga siyang exposure din for me.
Yeah. Talking about learning from the players, and yeah, you mentioned also the LaSalle culture. So like in some teams, most probably not in F2, but like in others, siyempre pag like first time mo naging coach sa pro, like merong mga players baka hindi ka masyadong sundin or like respetuhin muna kasi like if you're not like other coaches ganun, like it's inevitable for some teams. Pero for you, parang hindi yun nangyari, like based from what I see on the games, like they all like respect you whenever like there's timeouts, kahit ano sabihin mo, like makikinig sila or they like get motivated from it. So nung umpisa, syempre nga, like I'm not sure if you had like prior relationships with them. So how did you like approach like coaching them, since pros na to and like your former head coaching tenure were like high school coach, high school kids and other younger people.
Actually, the first time going to training was terrifying. Di ba terrifying for me? It was just kind of ano ba? How do you call it? Parang di ko alam kung how to approach the team because some of the players are naging ka-teammate ko pa. Some of the
Oh, okay.
players I never ko talaga silang nahawakan sa kahit anong team
Mm-hmm.
or players na talagang alam niyo yun, sobrang daming fans, yung mga ganyan.
Yeah.
But, yeah, sa first few talaga, it's been awkward siguro. Tapos,
Mm-mm.
eventually, sobrang bilis lang din sa akin nung biglang pag-training na, it's training. I see them objective, lahat kayo players. Coach
Mm-mm.
ako, and this is what I want you guys to do. This is the goal. And also, it's easier for the pros kasi hindi sila mga bata na Um, so many things pa kailangan mo ayusin. Meron na silang
Mm.
skills. So, it's more of may mga techniques na rin sila. So, it's more of how they move with each other. So, yun. It's fun. It's really fun getting to know everyone because parang lang kami magkaka-age outside the court. But inside the court, syempre, I'm still their coach. Eh, mas madali silang kausap. They're very
Mm.
disciplined already. They know what to do. They listen sa lahat ng coaches. So, yeah, it's nice and it's really fun in the pros too.
Yeah, you mentioned na okay yung pakikisama nyo and strong yung bond nyo even if you're still like, yeah, you're just finish your first conference. So I wanted to ask also, since nga bago yung coaches, did that also help nga na you parang have that strong nucleus or like core na they respect you and you have a strong relationship agad? Because I think F2 did a like half, hindi man half, like maybe like 1/3 or 1/4 of their players were different from the other season. Like yung mga second stringers, they changed it for this current season. So do you think yeah, it helped na okay yung nucleus and core kasi yeah, they welcomed the other players to the team and they blended well with your system right away?
Yes, because for me, sobrang important nung core. Ever since I've always been a believer of that. Kasi before when I handled ASEAN girls in Singapore, we got the bronze medal. But I had a Lela Salipa core. And
Mm-mm.
then I took in Ea Laure, and other players. Uh, and Alaya Solomon, ganyan. So, yung core was one of the most important pala siya dun sa nangyari kasi they know each other very much na. So, kundi na lang yung i-adjust na nila and all. And also with ASEAN ko naman in Semarang in Indonesia. This is the NU core naman.
Mm.
Having the NU core plus yung sila Angel Canino plus and other players. The core really um, naghila sa buong team into getting the the medal kasi talagang kita mo na pag alam ng lahat ko anong most of them pag alam gagawin susunod na yung iba, so it's really
Mm.
good. So parang sa F2 there are other players na hindi galing Lasal but there's a core inside na kahit anong mangyari hindi sila agad-agad or hindi madaling wasakin. So it's the
Mm.
core is really important na dapat sana sa akin if ever na magkaroon na if ever laging may core sa loob ng court.
Yeah.
Ganun lang yung tingin ko lagi all the time.
Yeah. Speaking of nga, yeah, the core of LaSalle, since I've been following them also since now until F2, like I've been watching them. Like, ano yung maybe like a couple of traits or isang trait na talagang nakita mo when you in your first few weeks of practices na hindi mo nakikita like on camera or something. Tapos nung nakita mo parang you admired it and it could be like them with their teammates or them individually. Like what really stood out from you when you saw them and you're like, ayan yung mga gusto kong kind of, yan yung gusto kong attitude sa mga players.
With Lasal na nagulat ako talaga, maybe it's number one is them being super disiplinado sa katawan nila and sa goal nilang move. Kunyari, may pinapagawa ko sa kanila, they have to perfect it.
Mm-mm.
Parang ganyan, sobrang perfectionist nila, ay kailangan ko magawa. So kahit after training, ginagawa pa rin nila. Just to, perfect the movement or perfect the skill that I want them to do. Yung disciplinarian, kasi I know it comes from Coach Ramil, but it's kind of hard to have like a core team na disiplinado lahat. So it's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
good. It's really nice. It's sobrang ano niya. It helps then also the other teammates. Nahihila rin nila kasi. So, yeah, that one too. And also, gusto ko rin yung part na kahit alam ko, this is also, it's a good thing and a bad thing, but, kahit may masakit sa kanila, lalaban pa rin sila, like, up to the end.
Yeah.
Kahit tanongin ko sila na, may masakit ba? Labas kita? Kasi bad thing din
Yeah.
siya kasi baka mamaya, it will lead to more injuries, but, pag nakita mo sila nasa loob ng court, talagang hindi mo sila makikitaan ng pain. So, grabe rin, grabe talaga. Grabe yung experience ko sa ganyan. Which is very admirable.
Yeah, kitang-kita ngayon from like the Lasallian players, like kahit now yung current crop of players na talagang they're disciplined and I also see them like going hard in practice kahit sa taft. And kaya yeah, nananalo talaga sila every season kahit I don't know, Final Four, finals, or hopefully mag-champion din sila this season. Pero yeah, going back to the F2, I wanted to also ask, since you mentioned nga na yun nga, when you first entered practice, parang hindi mo pa alam kasi like these players, like yun nga, they're popular, they have a lot of followers. So similar like to you, syempre, when you got into PVL, like people would follow like more of your movements ganun, compared to like the other leagues that you don't know. I think you know naman na in social media, like people like
Yeah.
make photos or videos of like how you coach or how you act like in the with your hair and with your movement ganun, like so how did you adjust like being in a big league like that na PVL and like volleyball syempre during your time when you were playing for LaSalle ng time na hindi pa naman ganoon kalaki yung volleyball sa Philippines,
That's
and then now parang
true.
lahat ng galaw mo parang pinapansin, and sometimes it could go overboard din.
May technique na tinuro sa akin yung mga players ko, which is very nice. Sabi nila, don't read the comment section of any post regarding you. Don't open your messenger after a game or whatever. Just relax. Everything na prioritize mo muna is kailangan nakikita mo lang yung sarili mo muna here with the team. Kasi if you look yourself outside the box, you're gonna get crazy about all the things that the people are saying, you know. So I think it's going to be a forever part of being a pro volleyball player or a UAAP player. And sometimes kahit sabihin natin na it doesn't really affect me or really, doesn't really affect anybody, meron pa rin siyang tama kahit konti eh. Meron pa rin siyang konting sakit, ganyan. But, you know, di natin may iwasan din lahat. We cannot please everyone. So, all we can do is do our best and go back to the drawing board every time may pangit na game or whatever. Ganun lang, pabalik-balik lang siya. Always think na I just have to do my job. So, yun.
Yeah. Yeah, but then when you also got the like responses nga that, I mean, the good responses naman that people were praising you as being like a terrific coach for F2 right away and in the final four, like did you appreciate it more? Did you get surprised with the love that you were getting, and how do you respond naman with like the positive that you receive from like yeah, media or like social media, which you wouldn't really feel when you were coaching like the other teams before?
I love the fans na nagsusupport sa lahat ng teams regardless kung F2 man sila or not. I love yung super supportive fans, the real fans na who's not going to hurt other people, who's not going to say stuff about other people. Yung nagsusupport lang talaga sa team nila. Grabe, ang sarap ng feeling talaga sa team na sinusuportahan yung team nyo. You get a lot of support from them, not just online, talagang nanonood sila ng mga games, ganyan. So, the fans really make the volleyball scene here mas malaki. Like, for example, watching VNL games, I think the Philippines has the best crowd ever. So, I'm still happy now. We have we have a huge following here in the country. Huwag na lang pansinin yung mga pangit magsalita, but you know, the fans here are solid. So I'm happy for the volleyball fans. Sobrang thank you sa inyong lahat.
Yeah, I know there are some fans that could go overboard, but if you look at it, there are really ones that are diehards, and I think it's better to really focus on them at first. But yeah, I wanted to ask also, like people, yun nga, I mentioned it kanina, like people make posts about like your different hairstyles during games. Like, is there like a story behind that, or is it based on like your mood or what you're feeling on that day? Like, how do you actually prepare for like the game?
Nung start, wala talaga. I mean, I just do whatever I feel like sa last minute before entering the court. And then, hanggang napapansin nila, parang ako, ano. So, you know, I eventually like, sige na, iba na lang para maiba-iba naman siya. So, it's nice to be different, you know. I don't want to get stuck in the stereotypes na pag babae dapat ganyan, pag lalaki dapat ganyan, or pag coach dapat ganyan. So, you know, it's nice to be different. And, you know, volleyball is a game, so have fun lang. Ganun lang lagi nasa isip ko.
Yeah, yeah. It's really cool that you're also like one of the few women coaches who were, oh no, yeah, you mentioned women coaches who are like coaching in the PVL ever. I think there were only like two others, or ikaw lang yata yung third. Like there was one from the foreign team, and I forgot there's another one na nag-coach a carry. I think three lang yung nabasa ko
Coach
sa.
Air ata. Yeah.
Ah, yeah, Coach Air there, yeah, who was a woman who was able to coach in the PVL. So, as yeah, as one of now na you could say na ikaw lang yung current na nagko-coach sa PVL na woman coach. Like, how do you like how do you continue to like yeah promote like women empowerment and like coaching positions that people might think na and generally it's just for men or just for guys. Like, how do you continue to be like a springboard for people to put not like use that stereotype in being a head coach in a league like this?
Well, I've been promoting women empowerment in the volleyball ever since naman on my social media, on my interviews, even sa mga talks ko with my players na, you know, um, it doesn't matter who you are, just, do your best in all the things. But yeah, I really want more women here, more women everywhere. So, um, I think, andyan naman na yung women empowerment eh. Everything is changing now. But I think we need a little more push on that side and also about being different. Because, sometimes old school pa rin yung, yung thinking ng mga tao and we have to open their eyes na there's so many things pa na pwede ka pang gawin. Just, to make a change or to make difference to this world. So, yun lang.
Yeah, but do you think nga naman like since yeah you've been like promoting it, do you think like these past maybe couple of years since like yung sila Heidelin Diaz nanalo ng gold medal sa Olympics, do you think it has been improving here in the country? Because yeah, some would say na baka delayed yung yung pagkabigay ng more respect sa women sa Philippines compared to like other countries in like Western countries. So what's your opinion on that?
Yes, a lot of women have been changing the country naman na thinking about the stereotypes. So many people like yan sila, Hidilin and more. I think that's really good, but we have to, push women empowerment more, not just for ourselves, but also for the younger kids who are watching their TVs or reading their books. I think they should know na even if you're a woman, you can do it. Yun lang naman yung goal namin lahat na babae dito.
Yeah, true. So yeah, sana talaga mag-improve yun like here, lalo na sa Philippines because I feel like yeah, madami pang pwedeng ipag-improve dito sa bansa natin. But yeah, for the next segment of like the interview, I wanted to learn more about like yeah, where how you started in the volleyball world. Like people yeah know you more like an F2, like that's what we discussed for like the first part. Want to know more on how you got like yeah to F2. So I wanted to start off with asking like how was your childhood and upbringing? Like was volleyball like your first sport that you loved, or did you play other sports, or did you have other activities as a child before yeah deciding to pursue volleyball?
When I was a child, my parents are not they're not athletic. They don't know anything about sport. My dad is in the military, so super strict, super disciplinarian. But one dito kasi sa Lasali pa in my alma mater, I've been a Lasallian ever since. But here in the
Hmm.
province, malakas yung program ng volleyball dito sa amin. So everybody gets to like do tryouts sa volleyball. Everybody's doing it. So, na peer pressure ako ng mga friends ko. And that's it. Actually, ever since that time, up to college time, parang never na ako nag-stop mag-volleyball. It's always been my life. But, intramurals era naman, syempre, I like playing a lot of sports. I'm a very, hindi naman ako athletic, but I love playing badminton, softball, so many things, so many things. I'm very excited to try a lot of sports, but it's always been volleyball for me. Yun. Childhood ko yun lang. My childhood was just plain volleyball. Volleyball is life talaga ako ever since. So, up to now, nakala ko hindi na ako mag-volleyball is life. Volleyball is life pa rin. Kasi after college, sabi ko ayoko na talaga mag-volleyball. Sawang-sawa na ako sa volleyball. But then, eventually, it was just like, I think it's a calling. So, calling
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Kasi
So
I tried so many things.
Yeah. What age was that again? Like when you started playing, yung na-convince ka ng friends mo?
I think I'm 10. Yeah, I'm 10.
Okay, okay, yeah. But yeah, starting like, yeah, from 10 years old, syempre like people just play like for fun. Like lalo na ako na nagba-basketball dun 10, like for fun lang. Like you don't think about it na anong gagawin ko for high school, UAP or whatever, like college, ganun, like for fun lang. So at one point did you feel na baka pwede ka maglaro for your UAP like for LaSalle Taft? And syempre, like malayo yun from LaSalle pa. I mean, it's both LaSalle, but then it's like a bigger league, ganun. So like when did you like take it more seriously rather than just playing it as like a hobby or a routine for you?
I think it's always been not a hobby sa Lasal. It's parang you're doing this to go there.
Mm.
So, parang 12 years old pala ako, nagpalaro ng pambansa na yung team namin. So, everything was serious ever since. It's
Oh,
never,
okay.
kaya lang mag-volleyball, never, parang never nangyari yan.
Yeah.
It's always been very serious. Pero I have, like, so many friends outside the school na nag-hangout kami sa labas and still play volleyball. Ganun lang siya ka-addict sa pag-volleyball. Like, pero yung laro sa kalye, it's so much different, it's so much fun. I think that's the hobby. But playing inside the school is a very serious take. So ever since college, elementary to high school, volleyball, and then my dream school has always been Salle. I mean DLSU for Coach Ramil. So I didn't actually apply to any school, UP lang ata. But when when coach, actually it was Coach Oliver, assistant coach Ramil, assistant ni Coach Ramil, si Coach Oliver before, siya yung kumausap sa akin. When he said that he wants to recruit me as a player of DLSU, I withdrawed my enrollment for UP.
Oh, okay, okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, so, ayun, dire-diretso na DLSU. Yun, tapos end na college, pa-end na ng college ko. Niloloko na ako ni Coach Remy lagi na, pwede ka mag-coach na ganun niya ako. Sabi ko, coach hindi talaga. Hanggang sa nagkaroon siya ng moment na hinawakan niya rin yung Zobel.
Yeah.
But ang haba nung travel from So anong nangyari, minsan pinapadala niya kami to train the players na sa Zobel. Ganyan nangyari. So parang ako, okay, coaching. And then I went back. I worked for a while. Tapos I went back to Salle pa. Bumalik ako sa province. Tapos sa province, nakikilaro ako. Kasi, dito nga sa Salle pa, volleyball is volleyball is life. So, pwede ka makilaro if you're an alumnus, ganyan. Nakikilaro lang ako all the time. But they needed a coach. So, niloko-loko nila ako ng coach. Pwede ka ba dito? May coach ako doon. Tapos, yan, sila Aliyah na yung naging players ko. Aliyah Malaluan. Sila Justin Nazareno, sila Janel Maraginot, and everyone. Tapos, swerte naman, nationals kami, tapos nag-Shakey's International pa kami. And then, parang pambansa champions, ganyan. Hawakan ko na halos lahat ng, I think, halos lahat ng teams. Sa UAAP, meron akong before na naging player, parang ganun. May naging player ako sa lahat at ng UAAP ngayon.
Yeah.
So, yun lang. Tapos, NU took me in for 4 years. Tapos, pandemic happened. And then, I stopped volleyball for a super short while. Nag-free diving coach mo.
Wow, okay.
Nag-free diving coach ako for a little while. And I also wanted to compete. So, yun talaga yung goal ko nung last year. Tapos, na-injure ako. Feeling ko it's meant to be. I got injured, tapos I rested. Tapos yun, tumawag na si F2 this year. Tapos parang, I think, siya. It's meant to be. Ganyan. So now I'm here. Yun lang yung story. It's very, mabilis lang siya ikwento. Pero sa madami nangyari.
Yeah. True. Pero I wanted to ask, like you mentioned about La Salle pa, like I'm interested since none of my guests, like I don't know if any of my guests really came from there, but then like no one really like discussed nga that you mentioned na solid yung foundation and culture that even nung alumnus ka bumabalik ka and people knew how to balance like serious like volleyball, like yung palarong pambansa and like yung laro-laro lang, like how to like hone your skills. So why do you think the cultures like that, or why do you think like yung pagsamahan nyo dun is solid? And kahit nung 12 years old, like, naiintindihan yun na dapat serious tayo dito and hindi lang, like, for fun. Ganun.
I think it's the Lasallian coaches. The Lasallian coaches has always been solid. Siguro kahit wala pa ako sa Lasalle pa, the coaches has always been very solid sa school namin. Sobrang passionate nila about the sport with or without sweldo. Even if doing it outside as in gumagastos talaga sila for the children, sobrang for the love of the game. Pero syempre there are changes naman, they're being supported na a lot by the school, but that's I don't know when it started, but it's always been like that. Ever since, kahit yung mga older sa akin, higher batches, when I talk to them, it's always been really, really serious volleyball. And most of them went to other schools and got recruited. So, obviously, yung program talagang sobrang effective ever since. That's why, siguro, way of giving back is to coach for the Salle pa too, and I'm very lucky rin to have shared this court with these athletes then. So yun yung Lasalle pa, is the Lasalle pa way. Serious volleyball.
Yeah. And I think, nadala rin yun sa TAF nga. And like, perfect for you, like, coming from a program that's solid and it's like set in stone yung gusto nila mga goals and objectives na ma-achieve. And like, moving into Lasalle nga, you mentioned about your story with Coach Oliver and Coach Ramil. So going there, like, starting in Lasalle, like, what was your position or what was your role when they got you into the team? Like, was it like set in stone? Were you more of like a all-around player? Because I think like you won a lot of championships then with Lasalle. So what was the story like with playing for the Lady Spikers?
Actually, it's a really funny story kasi elementary to high school, I think I was outside hitter. And then last few years of my high school life, I was middle blocker.
Wow.
Tapos recruited ng Lasalle, di ba?
Yeah.
Tapos when I went to Lasalle, Coach Ramil is like, okay, you're too short for a player. You're libero. So I played libero.
Okay.
I think yung last UAAP ko I was transferred. He taught me how to be a setter in, I think, 3 months. I was second setter naman. So, before, parang, syempre, naiinis ka kasi lahat ng volleyball player gusto pumalo. Gusto ko matake, diba? Yeah. Gusto malapit sa net. And I was not. So, medyo naiinis ako lagi kay Coach Ramil noon. Sabi ko, bakit di ako ginagawang spiker nito? Mas magaling naman ako doon sa teammates ko. Parang ganyan. Yeah. Kasi syempre, mas madami ako before na experience kaya sa mga teammates ko. Kasi nga, yung team namin, kapala ng pambansa, competing everywhere, blah, blah, blah. So, medyo galit ako nung start. And then, I realized now as a coach na it's better for me kasi alam ko lahat ng position and how to play them. I mean, I get to experience all of the positions. So, I get to understand and I get to at least try to teach children yung mga position na yun. Mm-hmm. Which is advantages for me as a coach. Alam ko how it works with all the positions. So, at least all skills, alam ko siya. Kaya, I'm sorry, Coach Ramil, and I thank you. I'm sorry na judge kita, but yeah. So, yun. And Coach Ramil has always been teaching all of the players din kasi lahat na kayang gawin dapat lahat ng skills. Yan ang time namin. So, advantages yun lalo as a coach kasi it's hard to be a coach if you don't know how to do it. Mm-hmm. Kaya, ayun talaga yung story ng pagiging libero ko, which is sobrang scary. I've never been libero ever.
Yeah. Was it also difficult since like you feel that you were initially you felt you were more talented or you had like the experience compared to the others, and sometimes it's difficult for others to accept the libero position. So what was like the process for you nung time na yun on like how was it like was it like you were different in practice ganon or same pa rin naman yung attitude mo? It's more of like when you're alone, and when did the switch turn? Like how long did you have a difficult time or was it quick lang ganun?
It was a very long time. Hindi ko talaga tinanggap. Pero syempre strict si Coach Ramil and he wanted perfection, but I tried my best naman to be, to be who he wants me to be. But pero meron kasi laban sa puso ko. So siguro kaya hindi ako naging super duper yung legendary libero, parang ganyan. But I'm still very thankful for that, for what happened, kasi um naintindihan ko now how it worked, lalo sa kuloob ng court, especially with the floor defense side ng sport. So yeah, I'm still thankful. Thank you, coach.
Yeah, I think Coach Ramil always has he always has a foresight on what he wants to see from you. So yeah, maybe he knew that you could excel in that position compared to the others. Eh, syempre, para mag-champion, di ba, kailangan like ma-fill in lahat ng position na okay para hindi makuha ng opponent yung weakness niyo. So, what year did you feel that did you start excelling in a libero? Kasi nga you said it was hard na for you to accept it at first. Pero I think eventually you accepted it and you flourished in it, and even as a backup setter. So anong like year yun sa Lasal? Kasi yan, nananalo naman kayo. So others might think na parang okay lang for you talaga kasi you're winning. Ganun.
Well, di naman talaga ako magaling as in, like my players now or my players before. Hindi ako talaga magaling kasi kahit di ako nagseryoso sa pwesto ko siguro, and also maybe I'm not made for playing. Maybe I'm made for coaching more. Parang ganyan. Sobrang na-admit ko naman na hindi ako star player before. And my teammates before were super good. They embraced their positions agad-agad. Unlike me, I'm very stubborn kasi. It took a really long time before ko matanggap yung new positions ko before. But more than that kasi, it's the team spirit. It's your teammates trying to convince you to do it for them, for the team, not for you. Yun siguro yung nagpa-open ng eyes ko na you have to do this kasi the team will suffer. More than Coach Ranil, I think it's the team. It's your teammates. You have to be a team player. You can't be selfish. Yun. Pero hindi man talaga gumaling. So, okay lang naman. At least nakatulong ako.
Yeah. That's okay naman. I mean, you guys still won championships and now you're successful. It's just like a coach now in a different like capacity. But I wanted to ask, with Coach Ramil, he's been coaching for many years now. And yeah, you mentioned Gana, you were stubborn during like a good amount of his time. But you guys still won. So for you, like what's his like strategy? Like I'm pretty sure he knows na hindi naman 100% ng players niya like masaya dun sa like roles kasi especially Lasal now they're a deep team. So like kunwari like one of their bench players would play in another school, a star player yan. So like why do you think like you like the Lasal Lady Spikers culture like it continues to evolve and they continue to accept na kahit hindi ka masyadong ginagamit, gano'n, or yung role mo, hindi mo, like, fully, like, minamahal, gano'n. Like, how do you think he makes you accept that? And, na lahat na-achieve yung end goal. So, nakikita ng mga tao, champion naman palagi, Final Four naman palagi.
The Lasallian way kasi ever since is you do something for your teammates. Whatever you do, what action you do outside and inside the court, it will affect all your teammates. Parang ganun. It's a family thing. It's a family affair. So, it's not about who's going to be the best player for today's game. It's not about kung sino may MVP ng season, mga ganyan. It doesn't matter. The point is how we work together as one, as a family, and how do we win the game na lahat nag-contribute. Ganun si Coach Ramil ang gusto niya lagi is whatever happens, nakapuntos tong isang player, he made the point for the team, not just for himself, for yourself. You don't do it for yourself. Parang ganun. So, whether you're bench player, whether you're inside the court, kasi nagkaroon ako ng moment na nag-starter ako, nagkaroon ako ng moment na bench ako, and I felt na pag pumupuntos yung teammate ko, it's also my point. So, instead of thinking na what if outside, maybe if I'm in UP or maybe if I'm in another school, maybe I'm star player. Hindi namin masyado naiisip yun. Na-realize namin na the championship is for the whole team, not just for one. Even, lalo kay Coach Ramil, wala siyang star player talaga, wala siyang walang pinakamagaling for him. All he thinks about is pag nanalo tayo, it's because of everyone, not because of one person. Kaya siguro yung thinking ng lahat ng players, even up to now, if they're going to get that ball or spike that ball for their teammates for the win, for Coach Ramil, for the whole family. So, really, that's how, kaya matibay pa rin yung team even after so many years. It's still his way. So.
Yeah, ang galing nga. Oo, ang galing nga. Like, people would say na some coaches that were coaching during his time, like, hindi nag-evolve or hindi na nag-work. Like, sa kahit ibang sport, like, hindi na mag-work yan ngayon, ganun. Pero, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. I mean, they're always still in contention. Like, you could say they have talented players, but then, dami na nagbagong players, pero ganun pa din. So, you need to give him, like, major props on why the system continues to thrive in the UAP volleyball landscape. But yeah, you mentioned nga rin na madaming hurdles na napagdaanan like with you and like the team and like the role you had. But then you also mentioned kanina nga na Coach Ramil said na while you were playing or right after you played na you had potential to be a coach. So why do you feel na he said that? Like do you feel na since bata ka pa lang like na-develop na yung mga leadership traits or like nung college ba ano, may mga ginagawa ka ba na like you have initiative, do you have like leadership qualities that napapansin niya kaya niya nabanggit sa yun na talagang you could succeed as a coach after you played?
I think siguro because I understand all the skills. Nakita niya na marunong ako kumalo, marunong akong dumepensa, marunong ako mag-set, marunong ako mag-serve, marunong ako lahat kasi naging service specialist din ako for a while. So I think that is the I think that's the pinaka naalala ko before. I think because alam ko lahat ng skills. Kasi sabi nga niya, mahirap ituro yung hindi mo alam. Paano mo ipapakita? Lalo sa mga bata. Kasi pag sa bata ka nagturo, you have to show them what to do. Unlike sa pro, syempre, alam na nila yun. Pero sa mga bata, you cannot teach what you do not have. So I think yun natin ni Coach Ramil dahil ang dami niya naturo sa akin lahat ng skills. He thinks na pwede kang mag-coach kasi you know lahat ng skills. Yun siguro, I think.
in terms of you excelling in various skills, like coaching's like more than that. Like I think communication's very important, or managing egos kasi like these people like when they have a bad day, like diba baka nasigawan mo tas bad day tas mababad trip sila or whatever, like or like madaming stars ganun, diba sa basketball meron din yun, pwede rin yung madaming stars tas sometimes talent doesn't win everything. Kung hindi mo ma-manage yung egos nila or to accept the role, mahirap. So ikaw like on that facet naman or that like that factor, how did you continue to improve on that as a communicator or like managing egos?
Now as a coach,
mm-hmm.
Actually it's a learning process different. Ang dami ko natutunan ever since I started coaching up to now on that side kasi every player is a different person, so you have to coach them differently according to their own personality. So sometimes you get players who are parang similar. So pwede mong gamitin yung nagamit mo before. Or you have to learn na hindi pala pwede yung ganito sa ganito. Or you have to talk to them pala. Yung mga ganyan. So many things I've learned before and I'm still learning to understand pa some players. But yeah, it's more on you have to experience it first. Madami ako nakuha from experience lang, and not just from, I like reading books, but, it's really more important for you to understand players is to communicate with them personally, kahit chat, pwede yan, it works. Kasi some players are not really very talkative, pero when it comes to online, yung medyo, mas madali sila kausap. So I think communication really is very important, whatever communication that is. Kahit tinginan lang, alam na ng player mo dapat. Kasi you have to communicate Kaya pagdating mo dapat sa court, something nyo pa lang alam niya na dapat yun.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi nagkaroon yun, I think one of my most super duper bond with my players, ganoon na kami sa point na magkatinginan kami, alam na nila kung ano yung play. Alam nila na agad yung gawin mo. Or magbigay lang ako ng isang symbols lang, alam na nila. Mga ganyan. So yeah, communication is a skill that we have to learn from experience talaga. Hindi siya agad-agad magigets mo na agad. So I'm happy to be here and I'm happy to learn.
Yeah, yun nga yun. One vital skills like yeah, communication I feel, and there's a lot also that you feel like yeah, empowering your players mga ganon that I see that very important in this like generation of sports. Pero from your time yeah, playing from LaSalle when you were like getting like yung inasar-asar ka pa lang na maging coach web na now na legitimate head coach ka na in the pro leagues. Like ano yung mga major things na nakikita mong like uh similarities and differences that you need to be when you're a head coach or even like a coach in general. Like, syempre yung mga players nga, nag-iiba yung mga like priorities or yung mga ugali, ganun. So, ano yung similarities and differences that you see?
Yung similarity siguro sa mga players, usually, yeah, number one yung ego. Pag naging egotistical sila talaga, how do you handle that? It's very general. General actually yan, hindi yan super specific pa.
Mm-hmm.
Paano mo i-handle yun as a coach, it's very hard. Especially pag star player yung player mo. Diba? Paano siya mapagalitan? Sobrang galing niya.
Mm-hmm.
Diba? Baka sabihin niya sa'yo, mas magaling ako sa'yo eh. You know, mga ganyan. Mga ganyang moment. May mga players naman na magaling sila pero wala namang self-confidence. Yan din yung mga general na problems, yung mga similarities sa mga players, ganyan. May mga players na hindi mo pwedeng pagalitan. May mga players naman na gusto nila yun talagang sinisigawan mo sila. Kasi pag hindi mo sila pinagalitan, hindi sila gagalaw. Kasi sanay sila na pinapakalitan sila. So, it's kailangan mo talagang balansehin how you coach. Kasi sometimes yung mga fans, when they look at the timeouts, ano ba yan, pinapagalitan mo lang yung player mo, ano ba naman yan, hindi mo kinakausap yung player mo. You don't understand the relationship eh. You don't understand.
That's a small thing lang.
It's not the skills eh. It's paano mo sila gigisingin in times na alam na naman nila kung anong gagawin pero hindi sila nagigising kasi kailangan nila pinapagalitan pala sila or kailangan pala nila they have to talk it over for sila lang. So yung ganyan mga ganyan. So it's mga technique yun na you just learn by hanging out with them more. Kaya kailangan talaga ng time when you get to coach. Kasi ang hirap mag-coach ng players na hindi mo kilala. So spend some time with your players, guys. Kasi you learn a lot from them. Ganyan. Ganyan lang naman.
Is that also the reason like yan F2 like yung mga ibang timeouts mo like nagva-viral like sa Twitter ganun kasi people like see na you try to motivate them well? Is that why is that why your approach kasi you feel yun yung nag-work sa kanila?
Yes, it's actually for LaSalle players more specifically. They want hindi naman they want nagigising sila pag sinisigawan mo sila or pinapauwi mo sila or ganyan. Kasi Coach Ramil will always say things to you para magising ka. Alam mo yun? Well, tactical is part of the coaching but another strategy nga is paano mo sila magigising or paano mo sila may empower to do better inside the court during timeout. So, ganoon siya. Minsan nga after mo sila pagalitan, tatalikod ka, pag tumalikod ka, nakasmile ka na ulit. Because it was just a technique or a strategy to wake them up during games.
May favorite ka ba na timeout like this conference na talagang feeling mo, yung line mo na hindi mo parang naisip masyado pero you said it na lang tapos bahala na then it worked out tapos you guys won the set or you won the game, ganun?
I think my favorite line will be number 1 is yung sinabi kong atin to. Parang, ba't yung binibigay? Obvious naman na sa atin to. Kasi naging dediretso na sa atin to. O nga, atin to. Kasi parang, kami lang yung nag-error. It was not the other team's problem. It's ours. Kasi parang lamang naman kami, pero dumidikit kasi nag-error kayo. So, ibig sabihin, this game is ours. But why are you giving it away? Parang gano'n. So, naging sikat yung atin to na line. Another one, I think, these are the fans talking. Na favorite nila yung line daw na pinapauwi ko yung players. Pero,
I remember
ayaw nyo na maglaro, uwi na tayo kasi nakakahiya lang. Parang gano'n. Pinapauwi ko na sila. Ayun yung naging tumatak na line.
I remember that game. Kasi I watched that Tapos I told my mom, tawan-tawa din siya kasi she watches F2 games. Di ba pag highlights, wala naman yung timeout dun. So, kaya natawa din siya nung sabi ko parang nagising yata yung players nung time na yun Pero you talked a lot about your coaching na rin in high school and I'm curious to know like I think you stopped playing mga 2008 or 2009 sa LaSalle. Am I right?
9, I think 9. Not
Yeah.
sure.
So what did you do? Did you do anything sports related until you became a coach in high school, or did you do something
No.
else outside of sports?
No, I didn't do any. I was just trying to dito. Humabol ako sa mga subjects ko na naiwan ko because of playing. I wanted to
Okay.
graduate faster because my parents wanted me to take medicine afterward. So nag-NMAT pa ako and all, ganyan.
Oh wow. Okay.
Parang ganyan. Tapos, after that, na-realize ko na ayoko pala. So nag-apply naman ako for Bedalo. Mga
Oh
ganyan.
okay.
But so many things sa outside. PGH pa. Kasi side graduate ako, so I work din. And
Mm-mm.
then, yun lang. Tapos yun, naglaro-laro lang ako on the side. Tapos binigyan ako ng parents ko to think about. Parang, okay, isipin mo muna kung anong gusto mong gawin sa life mo. So parang ako, just for, fitness, nag-training ako sa Salle pa. Tapos naging coach ako. Sabi ko, sige, mabilis lang to. Parang ganyan. Tapos yun, naging seryoso na. And up to now, I'm still here. I'm still coaching. Sorry, parents.
Yeah, and then yeah, I'm curious to know. Like you also mentioned na nga that I think people want to know since you were the coach of the NU girls team that won the championship in 2019, and you were with sila Micaela Belen, right? With sila Eliza Solomon. So what's also the cool thing or like the awesome thing about the NU program? Kasi like yung program nila from high school, like napupunta rin pag pumunta rin sila sa college, parang nagsistick yung mga players. Like alam mo naman, like kunwari sa basketball, 'di ba, ang daming recruitment pag lilipat sila ganyan. Pero yung like yeah, yung NU, like okay yung system nila, like similar to UST, 'di ba? Like they have the players that have been flourishing. So like what was the great thing that you see from the team and hanggang ngayon sa college na sobrang galing pa rin nila when you coach them?
I think number one, the advantages of NU is number one, they can recruit as young as they can.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
younger the player, the better. Parang ganun. And
Mm-hmm.
para mas tumagal sa kanila. Number two, they have a lot of financial support na rin kasi um, Sir Hans is very generous sa ganyang part. Sa finance, sa lahat ng kailangan ng players, lahat ng needs nila na ibibigay. So, syempre, it's really nice for the players to get basic needs nila and all. I mean, it's lahat naman ata ng teams meron.
Mm-hmm.
But yung NU kasi, whatever you need, natutulungan talaga kayo. Parang ganyan. So, dahil sa recruitment, bata pa lang, ako kasi nag-recruit ako for NU before, parang from grade 6 pa lang, kinukuha na namin, grade 7, grade 7 na sa amin eh. So, yung system, magsa-start sa grade 7 up to ngayon, up to magka-college sila. Siyempre, it's hard to go to other schools. So, talagang, hinuhon mo sila to play for the seniors. Kaya, they stay for each other. I mean, nandun ako, I'm trying then to put in their heads na, I'm trying, the Lasallian way. Gusto ko lang ilagay dun sa players ko na,
Yeah.
mag-champion kayo, not just here in high school, UAAP. Mag-champion kayo after this, after the senior UAAP. Dun kayo mag-champion din. Parang ganyan. So, parang lahat sila, before graduate, they always say na, okay, next, sa seniors, sama-sama tayo ulit para mag-champion tayo ulit. Ganyan yung naging thinking nila Micaela Belen, nila Eliza Solomon nung time na yun. So, I think that's why they stick together up to now. And I'm very happy na talagang pinatunayan nila yun.
Yeah.
Any program on that part. Kasi bata
Yeah,
pa lang
yeah.
kasama na sila.
Oo, nakikita ko ngayon like yung bond nila sobrang lakas, yung chemistry nila kahit natatalo ganun. Parang talaga nakikita mo na close pa rin sila and they don't turn their backs on each other. Pero I'm curious, like yeah, you mentioned nga that you were trying to implement the LaSalle way and like you still like have that mindset on how you grew up being in a LaSalle system. So was it difficult for you at first to like coach another school in the UAP like NU? Like how did you approach it when you got the offer of coaching another school? And syempre, iba na yung suot mo, kalaban mo, LaSalle, Zobel, ganun. How was that feeling for you?
Nasa isip ko lang nun, kasi galing ako sa probinsya eh. I mean, dito sa Lasali pa. I'm not, kasi usually yung mga coach naman dito sa Manila or dito sa pros, mga coaches na nag-excel nung college, tapos nag-coach for their alma maters agad-agad. Usually, ganun yung mga coaches here. Or, you're in Manila, you've been coaching for a lot of time in Manila, so dun ka nag-improve. Ako kasi from the province, I'm one of those coaches na talagang experience ko yung tutulog sa mga classroom, sa palarong pambansa, sa mga regional meet, tutulog sa minsan walang signal, walang tubig, kailangan mo pang mag-igib, mga ganyan. So, pina-experience ko lahat yan sa mga players kong from Lasal. So, hindi ako nahirapan pumunta just because I'm from Lasal. I mean, I have a thinking na ay sayang naman yung loyalty award ko. From grade school to college, Lasal ako, tapos mag-NU ako. Inisip ko na lang, it's a good way to experience coaching in the UAAP kasi it's another iba pa rin yung level ng UAAP, iba pa rin yung level na nasa Manila ka, and you get to coach players na handpicked from the best from the different regions of the Philippines, hindi lang yung parehas kung Batangueña, yung ganyan.
Yeah.
So it was also a challenge for me kasi syempre comfortable na ako dito sa Batangas. I have to go to Manila. I think nisip ko lang it's for my growth, for my career, and also to be seen sa volleyball world, not just pag sobrang taas na nung level na nilaro ng mga players ko, but also usual coach. Parang gusto kong maging one of the usual coaches ng Manila na nandyan. Parang ganon. So, I thank NU for that, for giving me that experience. I think it's one of a good stepping stones to where I am now. I have learned so many things from them. So yun, saya. Pero masaya. It's really fun there too. Iba ring culture, so masaya din siya.
Yeah. Speaking of that, yun, thankful nga and blessed to get that opportunity of coaching with NU. So how did that offer naman come about? And why did it last longer? Like, if you won a championship, diba, normally, like, people would say na, parang don't fix it until it's, like, wrong. Ganun, like, it's like you're winning naman. Parang, so how did that offer start, and why did it last, like, longer than maybe other people could have expected?
How that offer happened? Lagi lang namin kalaban yung NU.
Oh, okay.
Tapos, minsan nanatalo kami, minsan natatalo sila, minsan natatalo rin kami, minsan nanalo sila. It's always been like that. So I had their good relationship and with the manager. Tapos, syempre, we always talk about stuff, and nakulangan sila ng coach, so na-offeran ako doon. So, ganun lang naman siya nag-start. Never, hindi naman siya, hindi rin naman siya super hirap. Well, mahirap sa akin kasi may iwan akong players. That was the hardest part. But yung growth, thinking about growth and chances, opportunities, talagang okay yung offer ng NU sa akin. So yun. What's your other question? Sorry.
Like, why did you depart from the team kahit nag-champion? Was it like the pandemic, or was there like another reason?
Pandemic, personal issue. I think it's just meant to be. It's meant to be na hindi na I think siguro kung hindi nangyari yung mga nangyari, hindi nagkaroon ng pandemic, I'm still, I think, with NU. Kasi nung time na yun, we were supposed to play under 19 and under 17 abroad. Parang juniors national team. So it was in China.
Yeah. I understand, yeah.
Yun. Tapos, yun na, nung pandemic, syempre walang team, walang court, walang kahit ano. So, nag-free diving ako kasi nga, yung free diving lang yung pwede nun kasi isolated. Sa dagat ka, outside, and you get to dive lang mag-isa, at may mask ka pa. So, it's really safe. Akala ko nga, di na ako babalik sa volleyball because I really enjoyed free diving. Super fun. It was super fun.
Well, welcome back.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. Actually, isip ko ba, sabi ko, oh my God, parang ang hirap sa akin na if ever mag-apply ako sa Lasal, kasi kalaban ko yung mga players ko. Parang gano'n.
Okay, yeah.
It's good din na F2 yung in-offer sa akin. And kasi I was thinking mag-apply kaya ako, try ko lang. So,
Mm.
nauna yung F2 before I applied to other schools and to Lasal. So, yeah, it's nice then watching them tomorrow. Yeah, I'm going to watch them tomorrow sa finals kasi these are some of my these are my players before. And I get to see them, mature and enjoy the game that they wanted to play ever since. And to, pakita ko yung mga natutunan nila sa akin and
Yeah.
sa mga coaches nila.
Yeah.
And sana wala lang injury bukas. Yun lang naman.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect segue. I wanted to ask you, like, yeah, before we wrap up about the finals. Kasi nga, I saw that you were there with the LaSalle alumni nung semis against UST. And I was there also. And yeah, tomorrow I'm also gonna watch in Araneta. So yeah, hopefully LaSalle wins. But I wanted to ask, yeah, since yeah, you were from LaSalle and then you coached the NU girls, like, they're back in the finals for the second consecutive season. And LaSalle hopefully is like, yeah, gonna win. Kasi last year, hindi man lang nanalo ng isang games of finals. So yeah, what's your overall thoughts on like the matchup? Like, what's like the strengths and weaknesses of both schools, and yeah, maybe also if you have a prediction on who will win. What's your overall thoughts on the finals?
Overall thoughts is going to be a good game. Syempre, nakahabol na si Lasal sa skills ever since last season. Kasi last season, medyo malayo-layo pa yung skills. Ngayon, you know, malapit na talaga yung skills nila and the elimination sa talo na ni NUC, ni Lasal si NU. I think both straight sets. So that's really good for Lasal. The strength of Lasal is their defense. Kung blocking man yan,
Yeah,
ground defense man yan. I think that's their main guns. NU naman, number one yan for me talaga sa attacking. Sobrang lakas talaga ng attacking ng NU. Magkakataroon na lang talaga yan sa dami ng error. Kasi, siyempre, high risk, high risk yung ginagawa nila lagi sa atake. Kaya mataas yung atake nila, but prone siya sa mistakes. So, it still depends on kung sinong mas malaki yung puso bukas, yun yung mananalo for me. Kasi parehas naman silang skillful. Lahat sila mataas skills. May tactics si Lasal, maganda tactics ni NU. For me, it's a coaching thing. Sa coaching, magkakatalo also. Strategic, paano ka magpapalit ng tao, kung strategic pa ba, blah, blah, blah. Kasi parehas naman may skills, parehas kaya. I cannot say then na sobrang lamang nila Sal kasi dun sa straight sets nila last eliminations, hindi rin ganoon kadali for Lasal yung straight sets na yun. It was a super tight game. So, hindi sila pwede maging kampante. And I think dahil si NU rin is getting back, bumabalik na yung talagang hunger nila sa game this past few games, the last few games. It's different na rin naman, di natin pwedeng hindi bilangin si NU kasi nawala lang sila for a while pero bumabalik sila unti-unti nung last few games before the semifinals. Bumabalik na sila plus medyo naging easy game sa kanila yung Adamson game nung semifinals. So, I really can't say who's lamang or who's not kasi ang daming nangyari and ang dami pa hindi nakikita outside. Madami nangyayari sa training. Madami nangyayari sa madami tayong hindi nakikita. So, we cannot really say na lamang yung isang team sa isang team. So, para sa akin, bukas, ako lang ang mananalo kahit sino.
is your ticket NU or LaSalle
No,
side?
it's Lasal. Kasi F2 has been supporting Lasal.
Okay.
Kami lahat ay F2 ay for Lasal. But I will go there I will go there for, I have an interview with UAAP, yung fan something. I have an interview for UAAP. I think, para sa, backgrounds ko, yung history ko with the girls playing in the finals now. So, yun. So, hindi ko kailangan ng ticket. Wala akong ticket.
Okay.
I'll be cheering for Lasal and for all the players that I coached in the past. Yun. So it's not a school thing. It's my relationship with my players, not Not
Yeah.
naman, not school-based. Para hindi
Yeah.
naman, ma-hurt yung mga players ko doon.
Yeah, totoo, totoo. And yeah, pahirapan nga daw yung tickets for tomorrow. So yeah, hopefully,
Talaga?
yeah, hopefully maganda yung game. Kasi yeah, like, for me, I think upper box ang yung nakuha ko for tomorrow Compared dun sa ibang games, I haven't watched an upper box this year. So, ngayon lang
Oh,
ulit kasi finals.
i-chat mo ako, biyan kita. Ikaw lang ba?
Two tickets if you have.
Try ko. Kasi bukas, hindi ko ata magagamit yung ticket ko. Because I'm going to have a interview with UAAP. So, nakalagay ako sa master list for tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I'll message you na lang. Buti na lang I mentioned it. Yeah. Okay, sige, yeah. So yeah, before we wrap up, Coach Regina, I asked like a couple of questions to my guests lang on like, yeah, any not really sports related, but then yeah, just for fun. So yeah, yung first is, I'm not sure if you watch NBA, pero yung bubble season, like 2020, players were more vocal with like social and political issues. And like here's the Philippines, like alam mo naman na medyo shy or laid back yung mga Pinoy when it comes to these things. Pero diba, like these past couple of years, like nung pandemic, pag may issues sa social and political issues, mas vocal na yung mga tao. Or like nung elections, mas vocal na. So you as like a former volleyball player na current coach in the pros, like do you feel na it's really great for athletes and sports personalities to be vocal with like yeah, these social and political issues?
For me, yes. Because everything is political. And if you don't
Mm.
have a stand, then you don't fight for anything. Then you don't have a place in this world. For me, that's for me. Because I've
Mm.
always been standing for what I think is right. And
Mm.
I want my players to do the same.
Mm.
So yeah, I think everybody should be vocal about their beliefs in order for them to be educated and to educate. That's
Mhm.
for me. Yun lang.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because a lot of people, yeah, they can just say whatever, pero kailangan talaga, yeah, educated rin sila with everything happening in the world today. Pero yeah, for the next question, ito mas chill to, is if you had the opportunity to have dinner with 5 people, dead or alive, sino iimbitahin mo?
5 people. Ang hirap naman. Number 1 is Jenny Langping of China Team China.
Okay.
Sobrang idol ko kasi siya. I would have dinner with my grandparents. Dalawang my
Yeah.
grandma and granddad. I think dalawa pa. Ano ba, kailangan ba celebrity or anybody?
Na
Anybody?
kahit di ko kilala. Okay lang.
Oh my God. Um, oh no. Dalawa pa. Oh my God, this is really, really, really hard. Lagyan natin si Albert Einstein.
Pwede.
Yeah, 'cause I think he's
A lot,
very interesting. I think he's very interesting, diba?
yeah,
Like,
ilang guests ko na rin nagsabi Albert Einstein. So, that's okay. Tapos meron pa isa.
talaga? Sino ba yung isa
Oh.
nila? Ang hirap. Um, Dead or alive? I want to sit down with, what do you call this? Si Larson, team captain ng USA team ngayon sa Olympics.
Volleyball?
Yes, volleyball.
Okay. Okay.
That person is very interesting to talk to. Siya yung parang siya yung tingin kong best player, team player sa volleyball world for now.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, sige. For the final question about Coach, you know naman that I invite people like through social media and like yeah, through email, ganun, and yeah, I want to be in sports media, so I just like message people, ganyan, and I've had a lot of episodes as I shared earlier. But with that in mind, and like in the conversation we have, sino yung feeling mong magandang guest dito sa podcast that would have a great story to tell pa, or masarap lang sila makipagkwentuhan about sports, like anything basketball,
Oh.
volleyball, football, ganun. So sino yung masasuggest?
Baka kailangan ba Lasal yan?
No, any. Like, pero hindi naman like foreigner, like NBA, ganun. Mahirap. Pero like, yung mga kaya
Yung
naman.
mga lang. Sino bang syempre yung mga Lasallian players na ano mo na, no?
Hindi lahat. Sa F2 si Don pa lang, tsaka si Iris, I think. Yeah.
Talaga? Abby, team captain namin sa F2.
I haven't interviewed her. Pero yeah, I
You should. makulay din life niya. So, it's really fun to talk to her too. Isa siya, character siya. Great character. Masarap i-interviewin yung mga ganong tao. So, yeah. She's one of the gusto kong ma-interview mo. Yun lang ba? Isa lang?
Any. Ikaw, kung you wanna...
Sino pa ba? Si Coach Ramil. Interview mo si Coach Ramil. Manonood talaga ako.
Pero di ba hindi siya nagpapa-interview? That's why it's
Kaya
hard
nga,
to get.
exactly. Invite mo lang, malay mo naman for Lasal, di ba?
Never know. I mean, if we have a relationship, that would have been correct. That would have been possible, but he doesn't know me.
Interviewin ba rin si Shola? Sobrang funny girl nun sa team namin.
Shola Alvarez?
Yeah, she's so funny.
Okay. Okay, sige. I could keep that on my...
Actually, anybody from F2 is really fun. So,
okay, sige.
Everybody naman. But you tell me lang, sabihin ko sa kanila.
Okay, sige. I'll try to message you. And yeah, thank you again, Coach Regine, for joining me here on the podcast. Yeah, thank you. And yeah, do you have any final message before you go?
To who? To anybody?
To the people, whoever.
I want to thank you, Diego, for the opportunity of sharing with you my personal experiences in coaching and my history sa pag-coach. To all the fans who are watching this, huwag niyo po akong i-bash.
Wala namang masamang sinabi.
Wala akong sinabi. Dun sa mga players ko muna who's going to watch this, hopefully somebody watches. So, all the players na na-handle ko before and up to now, I'm very proud of who you are now and who you become and who you will be going, kung nasa man kayo, nasa volleyball world or not, I'm very proud of you. And nag-excel ka man or not, it doesn't matter kung naging MVP ka, kung naging number 1 ka. The point is you did your best. That's different. And your connection, your relationship with your teammates and the people you worked with or you get to hang out with are more important than the skills. So keep the memories, the relationships. Mas importante yun kaysa sa pagiging MVP, sa pagiging champion. Ang tunay na championship ay wala sa loob ng court, it's outside. Thank you.
Miss Universe yung
ganon.
Yeah. Thank you again, Coach Regine. And before you go, is it okay if we take a picture?
Sure.
Okay lang
ba?
Yeah, okay naman. Okay, I'll take it. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you, Coach Regine.
Ay, ako rin. Okay lang. Ako rin.
You'll take it?
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Ay.
Nawala.
1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Coach Regine. I'll end the recording lang.
Okay.